Imagine a world where small acts of kindness create a ripple effect of support. A world where financial struggles never stand in the way of hope. That's the vision behind Community Pay It Forward. After a life changing motorcycle accident, I saw firsthand the devastating impact unexpected financial hardships can have on families. That's why I started Community Pay It Forward, to ensure that no one faces these challenges alone. Community Pay It Forward is more than just a single program. Through community impact and packed podcasting, people all coming together, we amplify the voices of those making a difference. And with Community Dare to Care, we provide essential goods like clothing, food, and school supplies to those who need it most, to the community, from the community, for the betterment of the community. With Community Pay It Forward, we support families, children, veterans, community projects, no matter where they are. We are not just providing assistance, but hope for a brighter future, not just for people in need, but for businesses that are out there struggling, trying to find a way. We have a plan, but we need your help to reach the next level. We're launching a crowdfunding campaign to raise $500,000. This will allow us to market. Imagine a world where small acts of kindness create a ripple effect of support. A world where financial struggles never stand in the way of hope. That's the vision behind Community Pay It Forward. After a life changing motorcycle accident, I saw firsthand the devastating impact unexpected financial hardships can have on families. That's why I started Community Pay It Forward, to ensure that no one faces these challenges alone. Community Pay It Forward is more than just a single program. Through community impact and packed podcasting, people all coming together, we amplify the voices of those making a difference. And with Community Dare to Care, we provide essential goods like clothing, food, and school supplies to those who need it most, to the community, from the community, for the betterment. Hey everybody, how's it going? Zach Clayton, Community Pay It Forward. oh, congested pay it. Ugh. Community Dare to Care and the Pack channels. I also am right here on Things Network, and I appreciate everything that Things Network does to support us. Look, Pack Channel right now is powered by Things Network, and I appreciate everything that Jeremy and his team does. We are going to continue with our conversation for a little bit after Mission for Healthy Heroes. We're going to do this because the show was so jam packed with so many people. The show was really, really powerful this year, and I thank you for making it this way. But we didn't get to cover a lot of the treatment alternatives out there, and I want to make sure that we are talking about them because, again, we want to make sure that they're out there. We're also starting to put together a page, which is also the Mission for Healthy Heroes page, where you can relove all of the segments, all 8 of them. But we're also going to be putting together places where you can go and you can see where we're getting this information and further your knowledge on this information, whether it's you who is struggling or someone who you know and love. We want to make sure that we put this information out there for you to easily find, easily access. Because look, the truth is that if you don't have this information right at your fingertips, it's going to be really easy to fall through the cracks. So we want to make sure that we have that information available. If you have something that you would like to come on and talk to us about, send me an email, zach@communitypayitforward.us. That's ZAK@communitypayitforward.us. I'd love to have you on the show. I'd love to talk to you about your journey, your solution, whatever you've got. Again, and as always, this is not a me problem. This isn't a you problem. This is a we problem. This is a problem that we all need to face. And the only way that we're going to be able to face it is to be able to talk about it. And talking about it is a very difficult thing. You may have a solution out there that somebody is looking for. You may have a solution that somebody never heard of, but it sounds interesting. Maybe a solution that everybody's heard of. But there's something in this solution that if we talk about it, it could make them aware of what they hear, aware of maybe misnomers or something that's going on in it. And we want to make sure that everyone is as eyes opened as they can be. We all know that one of the worst things to do is to walk into a situation where you think you understand it, and that's not what it is. We've all had that before. We've all walked into a situation where we're thinking, yeah, I know what this is going to be. I'm going to be able to do this. This is going to be great. This is going to be fantastic. I'm going to love this. It's going to be awesome. This isn't what I was thinking it was at all. Well, we want to make sure that we are able to give you as much information as possible. And starting on Thursday, this video is going to be attached with these documents here that I found, talking about these two treatment plans or treatment alternatives. Not all treatments are going to make you very happy. Okay. We're going to be talking about a treatment plan today that, quite frankly, it's been out there forever. And it's a treatment plan that quite often is abused. I think it's kind of funny. It's probably the oldest of all the treatment plans, yet it is one of the more controversial. And that is prescription medications. We are going to be talking about them today for a little bit. I also want to know, and we've got a chat feature here, and I invite you to please follow and share us on YouTube, Facebook, follow Things Network. Make sure that you give them a like and a share for as appreciation for them showing our show. They don't have to do it, but they do it. And I cannot express my thanks. Once again, this is Footprints Forward, powered by Things Network. So we are doing our very best to find the solutions. I did find something out very fascinating by going to an event on Thursday. Yeah, Thursday of last week. That's right. I could barely make it after the terrible hockey game I went to on Wednesday night that I don't want to talk about no more because it was a terrible, terrible hockey game. It wasn't as bad as last night. We lost our star player last night, but still. I found something out, and I found something very eye opening. And this is to all you nonprofits out there. And the question was simple. The question was put this way: what's success? And I really think that when we talk about veteran/hero suicide, I think we focus on the number 22 a lot. That we think that success is going to be seeing the number 22 go down to 21, the number 37 go down to 36, 48 go down to 47. I also think that we tend to forget that these are numbers that are, first off, they're just confusing because we don't have a set way to look at what is a suicide. Is opioid addiction, opioid overdose, is that considered a suicide in Colorado? Yes, it is. It's called accidental suicide. It's not the same in every state. Is drinking yourself into a coma and subsequent death, is that considered a suicide? In Colorado, yes, it is. Accidental suicide. I don't know if maybe coming up with standardized suicide lists or vision, like what do we see as suicide? I think that might be beneficial to where we're not staggering with the numbers all over the place. Because I don't think the lack of a clear cut number is good for anyone. Once again, and I railed on this when he said it, but our former President Biden at one of his State of Union addresses mentioned that we were down to 18 in a day. And that number is just simply false. It's not, I don't know where that number came from. Then again, this is politics. I don't understand where any of their numbers come from. Partly because most of their numbers are false, but still. I really do think that one of the things that we need to push for is a standardized way of looking at what is a suicide or not. If we're not going to count alcohol and overdose, let's not count alcohol and overdose. I guess I don't have an opinion on whether we should or shouldn't. I would have to say that somebody who is drinking enough to kill themselves to where they end up dying, I would say that that person has a mental issue. I would definitely think that if there was treatment there, that could have been stopped, could have been helped. I don't know if it would have been stopped or not. It definitely could have helped, but I don't know that for sure. Okay. So give me your thoughts in the chat. Do you think coming up with a standardized way of looking at suicide is imperative for moving on with finding a solution, finding an easier path to helping people? Is a standardized way of looking at things, is that better for what we're trying to do here? When we get back here, I want to look at animal assisted therapies. You all know I've got animals all over my house. According to this study here, I ought to be the happiest damn person in the world. And generally I am. I'm okay. So, but I've done some studies. I want to talk to you a little bit about animal assisted therapies. And I also want just to give a huge shout out to my friends at Veteran Biz Connect. Veteran Biz Connect is a group of veteran owned businesses and those taking care of veterans that are coming together to do business together. Please check them out at veteranbizconnect.com. The tie-in for this animal therapy session is next month. Mr. Z and I are going to be working together with Gift So Good for animal abuse awareness and just treating our animals better. You can find Gift So Good on the website communitypayitforward.us. Just type in Gift So Good pets, anything into that in the search bar, and you can find a better way to buy your pet goods. And when you do this, you get to support a cause of your choice because they are part of the Community Pay It Forward giving family.
Hello world, my name is Z, or you can call me Mr. Z. I am a web developer and I am also a consultant at Z World Webs. My one goal is to develop custom websites that are specifically catered to your organization's needs. I completely understand that building a website is an exhilarating, exciting, and significant step in connecting with your audience. Your organization has Z potential to make a meaningful impact, whether it's supporting animal rights, advocating for equality, combating human trafficking, or honoring the brave individuals who have served our country. Your mission is too important to be held back by the challenges a website can present. And I am here to ensure that your website works for you, not against you. Whether it's maintaining, developing, or redeveloping a custom website that is specifically catered to your needs. And with that being said, I would be more than delighted to learn more about your organization and, of course, develop a website Z World is waiting for.
Introducing Shop, Click, and Pick, the simplest way to support those doing good in communities everywhere. We understand that shopping is a necessity, but with a slight adjustment, you can make a huge difference without spending any extra money. Here's how it works. Please visit communitypayitforward.us and navigate to the Find Your Partners tab. Discover our verified giving partners, which are trusted allies ready to meet your needs. Shop with any of the partners that resonate with you. Click a picture of the receipt or invoice, then pick the mission partner you wish to support and use their QR code to send the receipt directly to us. After that, all you have to do is sit back and enjoy your purchases, knowing that you've made a meaningful change for someone in need. Community Pay It Forward amplifies your business's impact by sharing the story of those who require your services, rallying support for those who need us all. Because no one needs to go it alone when we all come together. Damn! I cannot believe I just did that. We think of a couple animals as therapy animals. Okay. We really look at them as there are two types of animals that you can use for therapy: horses and dogs. We all have our problems with certain animals. I don't like horses too much, so I'm not going to go in for equine therapy, but I love dogs. We have five of them. God, I feel like I've said this before. Oh, I did say it just a minute ago on mute. Rhyminently. Thank God for edit. But anyway, when I started looking through this, I the question was why? Why is animal therapy so important? And the answer is really simple. Animals make us feel better. Whether we use them as a companion, whether they're part of our family, whether, they're a pet. Animals make us feel better. And so I was really trying to focus on this and go, well, are there any disadvantages of animal therapy? And believe it or not, we found some of the disadvantages. Of course, you're going to have things like allergies, okay? People are going to be allergic to dogs, cats, whatever. And yes, there are therapy cats. I don't know how being clawed to death is therapeutic, but some people enjoy therapy cats. So, our first segment here today is about animal assisted therapies. For many people, animals are central to their own health. The whole health tool focuses on the benefits of pet ownership and more specifically, animal assisted therapy (AAT) and their potential benefits in whole health care. Again, an animal, and I've seen multiple videos on this, and especially with dogs. And I truly do believe this on dogs because I've got one dog that every time my knee hurts, you see him focused around my knee. On my ankle, if it hurts, he's focused around. He's the black and white dog that we have. Okay, the bigger dog, Ghost. And every time I have like a muscular or something, if my wrist hurts, because I've broken my wrist before, broken my ankle, had problems with my knee, he focuses on those when there's like that arthritic pain. It's one of the reasons why I can't lay down on the floor. He'd be looking my head all the time. But dogs are really good for you health wise because you got to walk them, you got to take care of them, you got to clean them, and they just generally make you a happier person. So, according to the National Pet Owners Survey, 68% of households own a pet. And this was in 2017. This is up from 56% in 88. And 40% of Americans own a dog, 29% own a cat. There are 90 million dogs and 94 million cats and 139 million freshwater fish, 20 million birds that are pets in the US. And yes, we will have a segment on fish. The first documented use of animals therapeutically was in 9th century Belgium, when people with disabilities were asked to care for farm animals. Animals were used in the 1700s at the York Retreat, a progressive lunatic asylum. And in the 1800s, Florence Nightingale recommended animals as companions at for the infirm. Animals can contribute to health in the following context: as pets, as resident animals, as service animals, pets who visit people with no specific therapeutic goals on the agenda. This is like a lot of times when you see people taking dogs, uh, very specific dogs, into like hospitals, children's hospitals and stuff like that, because you see these cute stories when a sick kid gets to see an animal that comes into the hospital. I love those videos. I truly do. And as the focus of animal assisted therapy, the VA's 2015 Healthcare Analysis Information Group found that 68 of 131, or 52%, of VA systems offer AAT for veterans. So, and this was back in 2015. I know that one of the things that people are running into, and one of the biggest issues we have, and one of the reasons why we mentioned this on last Saturday, and you should really reach out to a local trainer, veteran dog organization, because the price of obtaining and training these dogs are they're outrageous. Look, dogs, I can't say enough about them. They are great, but there is such a need for assistance when it comes to that. In this booklet, we did try to find places where you can train your own dog. And we found a couple places that can help you out that way. I could see how taking, and once you start getting a little bit older, having your dog trained to where it can tell if you're about ready to go into, say, a diabetic seizure, in which there are dogs that can detect that this is happening. Um, Alzheimer's, any of these things. Dogs sense this stuff. I'm telling you. You can visit for licensing and education. Please visit animaltherapy.net. That is one of the places that we went to. We did find out quite a bit. Um, Look, there's the best way for you to realize the power of animal therapy. Quite honestly, get out there and see it for yourself. Honestly, until you experience it, that's the only way that you're going to be able to really see if something works or not. Out of all of the treatments that I have studied so far, and this includes the naturopathic ways, this is truly probably the safest of all of them. Okay, some of these yoga poses, if you see me in some of these yoga poses, I'm sorry, I broke, quite simply. But there are dangers in animal therapies, and we will get to those in a minute. Psychological effects, connections between humans and dogs affect both species. Oxytocin and other hormones linked to affection, behavior, and empathy increase. Beta endorphins, dopamine, and prolactin, yeah, and other substances also increase for both. A dog human relationship decreases uh, uh, cortisol levels for both as well. This likely indicates that dog human relationship has the potential to decrease stress levels in both species, not just in one, in both. Um, Clinical studies. Dog owners also, according to many studies, have lowered blood pressure and total cholesterol. And look, again, truth is, you see your dog doing something silly, you see you're feeling down, that dog knows it. They're going to come to you. Ghost will sit there and chase his tail. And that damn dog, one of these days, I'm going to buy him a slower tail. I'm just going to, because that dog chases his tail all the time, no matter how bad of a day that you are having. Watching a dog chase his tail, it just makes the day a little bit better. Okay. Watching that dog chase his tail until he hits his head on the coffee table, not so much better. But I am going to buy him a slower tail one of these days. I promise you that. Cats have their benefits too. National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey say that 4,435 Americans from the age 30 to 75 about 30% reduction in a risk of fatal heart attacks. I don't understand that one. I will be honest. I am not a cat fan though. And I know that cats are, look, I know that a cat, you can, a lot of people have more affectionate feelings when it comes to a cat. You can hold a cat uh, like you can hold your child, or you can do all this. Well, I don't have that problem with my dog because he kind of makes me hold him. All of them do, but yeah, it's definitely a hell of a lot easier to hold a cat than it is hold one of our dogs. I'll tell you that. A study conducted by the geriatric rehabilitation unit found that when caged birds were introduced to a facility, patients had improved focus, enhanced social interactions, and left their rooms more frequently. Aviaries are so cool, and I hate birds. I don't like birds. I like raptors. Okay, I like the birds of war and stuff like that. But yeah, like little birds, not a huge fan of those. Horses help too. The Seaside Horses for Heroes program founded that caring for and riding horses regularly helped a group of veterans enhance communications, confidence, and assertiveness. JR with the Veterans Ranch will often tell you this is an animal that can feel a fly on its ass. It can feel that fly land on it. This is an animal that can feel your stress. And if it knows that you're coming at it and you've got ill intentions, it's not going to be there. You have to work on yourself towards that animal for it to trust you. These are not dogs. These are not animals that are going to inherently trust you. You do have to work on this stuff. And that's the reason why equine therapy has really started to pick up a lot of steam and a lot of notoriety, because you do have to work on yourself to get to that point. You know, you don't just walk up to a horse and jump on it and go. Of course, I walk up to a horse and look at it and it goes, please, dear God, don't let that fat guy get on me. In 2014, systematic reviews concluded that depression, schizophrenic, and alcohol drug addictions can be lessened with animal therapies. Uh, Ownership of domestic pets, particularly dogs, is associated with positive health behaviors. And again, it's because it helps improve your mood, unless of course they chew up something. Once again, ghost, or but generally they improve your mood and they your emotional state. It's just harder to be angry around an animal. Once again, they do help lower. It states it again: the lower blood pressure and fewer cardiac arrhythmias. So, in 2013, a review of equine therapy, uh, evidence is promising the support of effectiveness of complementary and uh, interventions employing equines in treatments of health challenges. Further studies are going. Look, I know veterans are very, very positive results with equine therapy. Autism is showing a huge, huge benefit with equine therapy, just because there has to be that connection. Again, working towards that connection is important, because you can't have that connection without working on yourself. This animal's going to love you if you love it, right? This animal's going to need you if you need him or her. This animal's going to know if you're coming with ill intentions, and it's going to walk away, or worse, hurt you. Don't go near it if you're like that. The old adage, an animal can sense your fear. As a kid, I thought people were full of crap. I'm like, how? No. What? No, they can't. They can sense your fear, they can sense your happiness. Something like a mountain lion doesn't give a damn if you're happy or fearful, it's going to eat you. But a dog, it's going to respond better if you don't fear it. It's going to respond better if you respect it. Horses, obviously, are going to continue to respect you if you respect them. Cancer patients are reported that animal treatment lowered their anxiety and distract them in positive ways from the hospital environment. People living with mental illness, including schizophrenia and behavioral mood disorders, have improved quality of life and self efficiency and the ability to cope. The animals can help people live alone, which is really, a lot of times, that is so important. Not having to be in that assisted living situation. If you are still fully caught and you still know that you can do this, but there certain things are more difficult, having that ability to live alone is so important. And if that gets taken away from you, a part of you gets taken away. So, in animals, just quite honestly, they help you be more involved in the community. You know, there's restaurants where you can go and meet up with dogs now. There are, cat love groups. There are equine therapy places. Okay, there animals can lead to more communication with other humans, with other fur baby lovers, if you will, owners, families. So those who are having issues with being out and about, this is a great way to get started. You can focus on the animal while getting out there with other people, while getting out there and putting yourself out there a little bit, which is not easy for a lot of people. Quite frankly, right now in society, it's getting harder and harder. And we know this. So this gives them a chance to get out there. Again, One of the major drawbacks on this is it is not cost effective. Okay. Getting a trained dog is very expensive. Getting a trained horse, yeah. People don't have trained horses for this reason, and it's too damn bad that it costs that much. You also have the problem we have homes where you can't have pets, one of the one of the things that I added to this list because it's a problem here in our home taking care of aging parents, that the excitement of the animal. Every once in a while, a ghost likes to jump up on people, and if he jumps up on my mother, we've got an issue because we're picking my mother off the ground. So, you really got to be careful with what you do. Make sure that you partner the right animal up with the right person. Overall, hospital staffs tend to appreciate the benefits of animal assisted therapy. Though they may be skeptical before seeing it introduced into a hospital setting, in which it doesn't mean take your dog to the hospital. They have specific dogs that are, first off, checked out, make sure that they're okay. Hyperallergenic. There's all kinds of things that you got to be careful for. Look, I know that people love their animals. I love my animals. Stop taking them to stores and stuff, folks. We got to stop doing this. I know we love our animals, okay? But you know what? You're freaking the damn animal out. You also don't know what that dog's going to do, what that cat's going to do. Seen people with lizards, birds, whatever. Do you really think they enjoy going to the store with you? And definitely don't leave them in your car, locked up in your car on hot days, on extremely cold days. If you can't take them to a park, leave them at home. That's where they belong. I just couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine not understanding what's going on and being forced to be around thousands of people walking through a store. It doesn't make any sense to me. And it infuriates me that, when I see it personally, I just don't like that. You know, I know that we have pet stores that really try to get you to bring your dogs there, but again, you're putting a dog in a situation that they're not really suited for. You know, uh, I've I've tried it before. I tried it with our old dog Brody. Didn't go well. Never took him into a store again, into a Petco again. Never ever happened again. So just please look for this pamphlet on the Mission for Healthy Heroes page. You can get there by the QR code. It will be up on Thursday with this video after I edit it because I tried to talk when I was muted. So I got to edit that out because, technology, it's new. Now, I promised I was going to do this. One of the other things that I found, and I'm going to talk about it because look behind me. Fish. Why are fish so and fish are something that you can pretty much have in any apartment. But there's a couple reasons why fish tanks are great for therapy. You have the running water, you have the bubbles, you have the watching the fish swim back and forth generally peacefully. Now in our bigger tank in the front room, we have two silver dollars that are huge. They don't swim peacefully. Those two fish are very neurotic. They would not be good for somebody who's got anxiety issues because those fish are very anxious. But the little guys I have here, I got neon tetras, I got some mollies, I got a lot of different tetras, I got sharks, and usually I have a beta in there. Unfortunately, I lost my beta just recently. But yeah, very calm, soothing fish. Some of the problems that people have are starting them up because starting up a successful aquarium is very difficult. The pH balance, the all the balances and everything, they're pretty damn hard to get right. So there are frustrations with it, but you know what? I would say keep it up. As a person with a head injury, one of the things that I like to do in the morning, and I believe I mentioned this just recently, is I come in here in the morning before I get started. I sit down, turn on the light, and I just look at my fish for a minute. It helps me catch my breath. It helps me wake up a little bit. I wake up with terrible headaches every morning. Terrible headaches every morning. Headaches to where I don't want to do anything at all every morning. But I can come in here, I can sit down, I can look at the fish. There's no worry about them jumping on me, any of this other stuff. But it just gives me a chance to listen to that water and really decompress a lot. So it doesn't matter the size of the tank. If you've got somebody who enjoys being outdoors, who cannot make it to the outdoors all the time, think about putting a small aquarium in for them if they've got the capability to function with it. Okay, look, if you've got somebody who has who has outbursts, it might not be the greatest idea. Okay, because the last thing in the world that you want is something to happen, the tank gets hurt, um they get hurt, and of course you lose the life of the animals. That really is one of the worst, one of the biggest concerns with animal therapy in a whole. You got to worry about the safety of the human. You got to worry about the safety of the animal. If you try to get somebody into animal assisted therapy and their animal's getting hurt, it's not just a bad look, but it's also against the law. You got to remember this. So remember, if this is what you choose to do, if this is what you choose to try, you've got to be careful. Make sure that that animal is taken care of. We know things are going to happen. It is what it is. Things happen in life and accidents happen. You trip over the dog. I stepped on Ghost this morning. I didn't see him. Poor dog. I don't like stepping on my floor. I think I hurt my floor when I step on it. But yeah, I stepped on Ghost earlier. I didn't see him. How in the hell I didn't see him? That's like I yell at people all the time when I was on my motorcycle. It's like I'm a big fat guy who wears a lot of red. I'm easy to see. He's a big white dog. How did I not see him? Because I wasn't paying attention. So just be careful with animals. Okay. If you're not careful, accidents can and will happen. We don't have a lot of time. I did screw up on. I did screw up on the whole starting a show without the microphone. So, some of the expectations with dogs. Uh, uh, dogs are anticipated to provide emotional support, reduce anxiety, and encourage social interactions. Their presence can facilitate a rapport building between therapists and clients, aiding in the therapeutic process. Again, dogs, look, I love dogs. I think they're fantastic. Some of the challenges are allergies and phobias, the animal's welfare, and safety concerns. Despite training, unpredictable situations may arise, posing risks to both the client and the dog. Again, this is where putting your dog in a bad position. This is when people take dogs that are not therapy dogs into stores and stuff, can be very detrimental and can harm people. Please consider leaving your dog at home, your cat at home. I'm not sure if I've ever really, well, I guess I have seen a cat on a leash in a store, which just blew my mind. Cats, the expectations of cats. Cats are valued for their calming presence, which can help reduce stress and promote relaxation. Sorry. Especially in individuals who may be intimidated by large animals. Okay, there you go. Answers my question, makes complete and total sense. Challenges right here. Unpredictable behavior. That is a cat to me. Cats may become stressed and overstimulated, leading to scratching or retreating. Allergies, cat dander is one of the worst. Or engagement levels. Cats may not always engage as actively as other animals, which could affect the therapy effectiveness. A cat is its own animal, it's got its own thoughts. Where a dog will come to you and always wants to be around you, it's not so much the same with cats. Are utilized to improve emotional regulation, self confidence, and physical coordination. Activities like grooming, which is very, very important. Grooming your horse first is a great way to get to know your horse. And riding can enhance motor skills, provide a sense of accomplishment. Because if you can get that horse to like you to where you can actually climb up on the animal, you've got to win. You've truly got to win. Maintaining a functional relationship, building a trust between the client and a horse is fundamental, consisting or constant routes, gentle handling, and understanding equine behavior contribute to successful therapeutic relationships. Some of the challenges are obviously housing. Probably not going to have a horse in in an apartment. Not going to have a horse in your house. Safety risks. The size and strength of horses pose inherent risks. They're not tiny animals. Cost is extremely high, and physical demands. Feeding a horse is not an easy thing and will take up a lot of time and strength. So these are all the things that, this is why organizations like the Veterans Ranch, what John Vogels is trying to build, why they are so important, because they are going to take a lot of these risks, and they're going to do a lot of the stuff. You become part of the horse's life, and that horse is there for you, but you mitigate a lot of your responsibility. I got to figure out what we're going to do, but we're going to be right back. And hopefully, well, we'll see if we're going to talk about prescription medications. Imagine a world where small acts of kindness create a ripple effect of support. A world where financial struggles never stand in the way of hope. That's the vision behind Community Pay It Forward. After a life changing motorcycle accident, I saw firsthand the devastating impact unexpected financial hardships can have on families. That's why I started Community Pay It Forward. to ensure that no one faces these challenges alone. Community Pay It Forward is more than just a single program. Through community impact and packed podcasting, people all coming together, we amplify the voices of those making a difference. And with Community Dare to Care, we provide essential goods like clothing, food, and school supplies to those who need it most, to the community, from the community, for the betterment of the community. With Community Pay It Forward, we support families, children, veterans, community projects, no matter where they are. We are not just providing assistance, but hope for a brighter future, not just for people in need, but for businesses that are out there struggling, trying to find a way. We have a plan, but we need your help to reach the next level. We're launching a crowdfunding campaign to raise $500,000. This will allow us to market the Community Pay It Forward program more effectively and to acquire a vehicle for delivering essential goods to families in need in our community and enhance and strengthen our programs to serve even more people. And as a thank you for your generosity, we're offering special incentives for your contribution. As we tell people all the time, your donation, big or small, will help. It'll create lasting impact on our community. Join us in building a future where generosity and compassion lead the way. Visit our website today, communitypayitforward.us, or scan the QR code above and donate today. Together, we can pay it forward because no one needs to go it alone when we all come together. I don't want to overrun my show on things. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on ahead and I am going to put aside the medication portion of this until next week. But I am going to say this. One of the things that we have found here in northern Colorado, and I don't know if this is the way that it is in other cities, but if it's not, I suggest that you get with your city council and make this happen. Adrian, Free, Justice, and all of our girls, we went out one day right before Christmas and we found this box that it's like an old newspaper box, and inside of it, it had Narcan. Narcan is very low risk unless you're allergic to it, but it's for emergency overdose use. And the city of Greeley was giving them away for free. In our state of being now, I would like to ask for everybody to visit your city and make sure that they offer this Narcan. Even if they don't want to do it that way, maybe make a place where you can go and you can sign up for some. They can teach you how to use it. Okay. It is very easy to use, but you've got to use it properly. So having a little bit of training, I don't think would be a bad thing, but it's something that you just take and you insert it into the nostrils and you spray it, and it counteracts the effects of opioid overdose within a matter of minutes. This is a very safe thing. It's not like you've seen in shows where they got to take and shove adrenaline into the heart or anything like that. This is something that you just simply introduce to the body, and it makes a difference. With the problems that we have today, I think this ought to be something that should be offered to everyone. Get these out there, and that way if somebody sees it, we've got it in our truck right now. And if we see somebody who's having a problem, we can get out there and, of course, you're supposed to ask them first, hey, can I help you? Can I help you? But this Narcan ought to be available for everyone. I know that some places have the prescriptions for under $100, but let's be honest here. And I'm not trying to call anyone out on this because I'll say it right now. If I had to pay $100 right at this moment to try to help somebody who's having an opioid overdose, I couldn't do that. But if I had the Narcan for free, you better damn believe that I would try to administer it if I had the permission to do that. You've got to make sure that you ask people if it's okay to help them. That is something that I found out through training. But this Narcan ought to be something that, once again, I think it ought to be available for people, and I think it ought to be available at no charge so we can help people, and especially help the people in our families who, if there's an accident, if there's a reaction, whatever it is, these people will have that as a safety net. So we will get with the prescription medications next week. I will focus on this and I will do a little bit better, and I will try to remember to turn on my damn microphone. Because, I am a trained professional monkey or something. But anyway, that's going to be it for today. If you have any interest, if you would like to learn some more, please feel free to contact me at communitypayitforward.us. You can email me at zach@communitypayitforward.us. Once again, that's zach@communitypayitforward. Or you can scan my For My card right up above us. My For My card is my digital business card. If you want to know anything about me, if you want to visit my social media sites, whatever you need, right there's the best place to do it. If you would like to join us and talk about something that has to do with mental health, mental healing, please email me at zach@communitypayitforward.us. Please, everybody, make sure that you love somebody out there because somebody out here loves you. Always remember, if you're not helping someone, you're hurting everyone. No one needs to go it alone when we all come together. Thank you very much. Take care of each other, folks. We're all we got. Nobody else is going to come to our rescue, okay? Things are tough right now. Just remember, everyone else is going through the tough times too. Let's work together. Let's live together. Let's be together. And more importantly, let's help each other. Thank you very much. I'll see you right here next week on Footprints Forward.